So that's good.
Am crezut că ai mutat tu mașina și știi unde merg. Dar ai mergeau în urmă. Am crezut că ai mutat tu mașina și știi ce au văzut.
An order in that.
Please?
A load of roadblocks.
Get yourself comfortable. They didn't kill them literally, they just, you know, demolished their houses, and a lot of them got, you know, committed suicide, you know, because they've been forced to leave their houses and move to, you know, 30 square meters apartments at the outskirts of Bucharest. So it was a major drama for a lot of people, you know, who lost their houses and, you know, because you had no rights, you know.
Era, you know, when was this? What kind of era are we talking about?
We're talking about the 80s.
The 80s?
Yeah.
As recent as that?
Yeah. This has been built throughout the 80s because initially Ceaucescu was perceived, at least in the Western era, as a communist, a liberal one, you know, so somebody who wanted to get closer to the Western sphere and, you know, who was a little bit more independent from Soviet Union.
Right.
But after his visits to China and to North Korea, he's become really attracted by what he saw there. So he wanted to build a new Bucharest based on that kind of ideas, you know.
Yeah.
So he started to demolish a lot of beautiful houses, a lot of the, you know, French architecture. If you look around, you know, in Bucharest, in the central areas, you're gonna see that Bucharest still has something, you know, that relates it to Paris.
Sure.
It used to be called Little Paris between the two world wars.
Oh, okay.
The second sea called me. Da, bună, Andreea. Sunt cu e pe drum. Tu ești cumva acolo? Ești tu implicată în această desfășurare de forțe?
Yeah. So we don't. What happened to So how did they were shot? They were executed. But how? And...
Oh, you're talking about? Well, actually, the revolution was a very weird mixture of a coup d'état and a genuine revolt, you know, a genuine revolution, but nobody knows the exact percentage. Let's say the second layer of the
bureaucracy.
Yeah, of the Communist Party, of the government, of the whatever you want to call it, you know, of the administration, the Communist administration. The second layer, together with the, you know, groups, you know, with parts of the former Securitate, you know, the local Gestapo, the Communist Gestapo, with the factions of the military, you know, it was so an organized group who wanted him to be thrown out and you know, build something like a perestroika kind of movement, and basically it was the need of these people to make more money than they could do in a communist regime. So they still wanted to keep control of the economy, of the resources, but, you know, have more freedom, build some sort of a capitalism China style, if you want, you know. They wanted to kick him out and do like some sort of a reformed, you know, a reformed society, but still communist at its roots. It didn't work exactly that way, but for the first 6 years they've been in power, and they still they are still involved in all layers of the local economy, you know. So at this moment, unfortunately, the corruption is that big in Romania because a lot of former communists, a lot of former members of Securitate, you know, officers or, you know, snitches, or are still in power and, you know, still milk the economy, milk the state, because this is the way it works, you know. You gotta spoil the public budgets in Romania in order to make money at this level. So
if I'd known this, I would have asked you to fly me directly to Amsterdam.
So one of the reasons, okay, Romania didn't stay, you know, it didn't get blocked, you know. There was a development, an economic development. There were some reforms, but they've been really, really slow because the former, you know, the former members of the Communist Party still got in charge, you know.
So when was the last time?
Facts, totally.
When was the last time a senior minister was arrested?
Well,
for
quite
corruption?
recently. That's why there's a huge movement right now to destroy all the anti-corruption institutions who started to work lately. I mean, the last 10 years, so to say.
So they're trying to dismantle the organizations which are anti-corruption.
Exactly. The institutions that are anti-corruption. I think you know better than me the place where we got to get. So you're invited. Deci pe aici, da?
Da, da, da.